A few years back, I found myself stuck in a rut, feeling unmotivated and unproductive. I was like a boat adrift in a vast, endless ocean without a compass to guide me. The days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and before I knew it, a whole year had passed me by. My life felt like a monotonous cycle of repeated tasks with no sense of direction or purpose. I remember those mornings vividly. Waking up felt like a chore. The sound of the alarm clock was a cruel reminder of another day filled with the same old routine. My dreams seemed distant, almost like a mirage in a desert, always visible but perpetually out of reach. During this time, my life was like a movie playing on a loop. The scenes were all too familiar, the same people, the same conversations, the same tasks. It was a life devoid of joy, excitement, and inspiration. A life I realized I didn't want to lead. Then one day I stumbled upon an article about daily habits. Intrigued, I delved deeper into the concept. I learned about the science of habits, how they are formed, how they shape our lives, and most importantly, how they can be changed. This was my eureka moment. I had found my compass. I started incorporating new habits into my daily routine. Small changes, nothing drastic. I began by setting my alarm clock 15 minutes earlier each morning. Then I started reading for half an hour before bed. I made a habit of writing down 3 things I was grateful for each day. The list grew longer, and with each new habit, I felt a shift within me. Slowly but surely, my life started to change. The rut I was stuck in began to fade away, replaced by a sense of purpose and direction. My dreams didn't seem so far away anymore. I felt motivated, inspired, and above all, happy. And that was when I discovered the transformative power of daily habits. I started with small, achievable tasks, like making my bed every morning. Now I know what you're thinking. Making your bed? How could something so simple, so mundane, be the catalyst for a journey of self-improvement and motivation? But hear me out. When we think about changing our lives, we often think big. We picture grand, sweeping changes, dramatic transformations. But in reality, change is often a slow, steady process, made up of small, seemingly insignificant actions that, over time, accumulate into something much greater. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering momentum, growing larger and faster with each passing second. So I started small. I started with my bed. Every morning, no matter how I felt, no matter how late I was running, I made my bed. It was a small victory, a tiny triumph over chaos and disorder. But that small victory set the tone for the rest of my day. It gave me a sense of accomplishment, a feeling of control over my environment. And you know what they say, how you do anything is how you do everything. Of course, it wasn't always easy. There were days when I didn't want to make my bed, days when I was running late, days when I was tired, days when I just didn't see the point. But I pushed through, I stuck with it, and slowly I started to notice a change. I started to feel a little more motivated, a little more in control. I started to believe that I could make changes in my life, that I could shape my destiny. And that's the power of starting small. It's not about the size of the task, but about the consistency, the dedication, the commitment. It's about proving to yourself day after day that you can do it, that you can make a change, and that you can make a difference. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling unmotivated, start small. Start with something achievable, something manageable. Start with making your bed. Slowly but surely, I started to see a change in my motivation levels. As I continued to stick to my daily habits, I began to feel more motivated and productive. There's an inexplicable magic that happens when you commit to small, everyday actions. It's like a tiny snowball rolling down a hill, gathering speed, growing bigger and stronger with each turn. That's what happened to me. That's the power of building momentum. You see, the impact of these habits on my motivation levels was profound. Every day I'd wake up and start my routine, and each check mark on my list felt like a victory. It wasn't about the magnitude of the task, but the consistency of action. Each day, each task, each moment was a brick in the foundation of my self-confidence and motivation. Consistency was my secret weapon. It was the thread that wove together my days, that bridged the gap between who I was and who I wanted to be. It wasn't about grand gestures or drastic changes. It was about showing up, day in and day out, even when it was hard, even when I wanted to quit. And the more I showed up, the stronger I became. The more I did, the more I believed I could do. And that's the beauty of momentum. Once you start moving, it's hard to stop. Let me share with you some of the habits that had the biggest impact. First, there was mindfulness, taking 5 minutes each day to sit in silence, to breathe, to be present. Then there was gratitude, writing down 3 things I was grateful for each day. And finally, there was movement. A simple walk around the block, a few stretches in the morning. These habits, small and simple as they may seem, were my stepping stones to a more motivated, productive life. And then, the most remarkable thing happened. These habits, these daily rituals, they stopped being tasks on my to-do list. They became part of who I was. They became part of my identity. Before I knew it, these daily habits had become a part of my life. And that's the magic of building momentum. It transforms not just your actions, but who you are at your core. What started as a personal experiment had a ripple effect on all aspects of my life. You see, the beauty of building daily habits is that they don't just stay in their own little corner. They tend to sprawl out, reaching into every nook and cranny of your existence. It's as if you're tossing a pebble into a still pond. That one small action creates ripples that spread far beyond the initial point of impact. Take, for example, the habit of exercising every morning. It started off as a means to improve my physical health, but it turned out to be so much more. It was a catalyst, a spark that set off a chain reaction. Not only did I become more fit, but I also found myself feeling more energetic throughout the day. I was more focused at work, I was more present in my relationships, and I even started sleeping better. It was as if that one small habit of daily exercise was a key that unlocked a whole new level of living. But it didn't stop there. The ripple effect continued. As I saw the positive changes in my life, my motivation soared. I was inspired to develop more healthy habits. I started eating better, reading more, and even taking time out for mindfulness. Each new habit was another pebble tossed into the pond, creating its own set of ripples. It made me realize how interconnected everything in our lives truly is. Every action we take, every habit we form, they're not isolated incidents. They're part of a larger tapestry, threads woven together to create the overall picture of our lives. And the best part? We are the weavers. We hold the power to shape this tapestry, to decide what patterns and colors it will have. By consciously choosing our habits, we're choosing the direction of our lives. We're choosing what ripples we want to send out into the world. So as we delve deeper into the power of habits, remember this ripple effect. Remember that each small action, each daily habit, has the potential to create big changes. I realized that the power to change my life was in my hands all along. So, why am I sharing this story with you today? Well, it's not just to regale you with my personal journey, it's to help you grasp the real, tangible power of habit building. It's about showing you how small, daily routines can create monumental shifts in your life, just like they did in mine. This video series is designed to be your roadmap, your guide to understanding how habits can be harnessed to motivate you, to propel you towards your goals. We've delved into the power of daily habits, the significance of the initial journey, the importance of building momentum, and the ripple effect that these habits can have on your life. In the upcoming episodes, we're going to get even more hands-on. We'll explore how to identify habits that are holding you back and how to replace them with ones that push you forward. We'll delve into the science behind habit formation, providing you with the knowledge to understand why habits are so powerful. We'll also share practical strategies for habit building, tailored for different lifestyles, goals, and individuals. Whether you're looking to improve your health, boost your productivity, or cultivate a more positive mindset, we'll provide you with the tools and techniques to make it happen. We'll present real-life examples of individuals who've transformed their lives through the power of habit building to inspire you and show you what's possible. And we'll be with you every step of the way, providing guidance, support, and motivation as you embark on this transformative journey. The beauty of habit building lies in its simplicity. It's about making small, manageable changes that, over time, lead to big results. It's about understanding that every action, no matter how small, can have a profound impact. It's about harnessing this power to create the life you want, the life you deserve. Remember, it's never too late to start. You have the power to change your life, one habit at a time. Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to reach their dreams effortlessly while others struggle? Could the secret lie in goal setting? Welcome to the world of goals, a realm where dreams take form and turn into reality. It's a place where success isn't just a lucky roll of the dice, but rather the result of a well-devised plan. But what is this magic behind goals that propels us towards the pinnacle of success? The answer lies in the power of goal setting. It's the compass that directs our efforts, guiding us through the labyrinth of life towards our desired destination. Goals are the blueprints of our dreams, turning vague aspirations into clear, tangible targets. They're the milestones that mark our journey, giving us a sense of progress as we inch closer to our dreams. But the power of goals extends beyond providing direction. They act as the fuel that ignites our motivation, the driving force that propels us forward in the face of adversity. When we set a goal, we are essentially making a promise to ourselves. It's a commitment that inspires us to push beyond our limits and strive for greatness. It's a challenge that keeps us engaged and focused, turning every setback into a setup for a comeback. In the race to success, our goals are our steadfast companions. They keep us on track, constantly reminding us of our purpose. When distractions creep in, it's our goals that refocus our attention, redirecting our energies towards what truly matters. And yet, the power of goals is not merely in their existence, but in their specificity and clarity. A goal that's vague or ambiguous is like a blurry map. It will only lead to confusion and frustration. On the other hand, a goal that's clear and specific is a beacon of light, guiding us through the darkest nights towards our desired destination. So, whether you're aiming to conquer the corporate ladder, master a new skill, or simply improve your overall well-being, setting clear and specific goals can be your game changer. Remember, the first step in turning the invisible into the visible is setting a goal. I want to take you on a journey, my journey, where goal setting has transformed the trajectory of my life. Imagine a young man, hungry for success but unsure of his direction. That was me. For years, I aimlessly floated, unable to anchor myself to a specific purpose. It was only when I discovered the power of goal setting that my life began to change. I remember setting my first concrete goal. I wanted to run a marathon. Now I was no athlete. In fact, I was quite the opposite. But I was determined. I broke down my goal into smaller, manageable parts. First I'd run a mile, then 5, then 10. Slowly but surely I was inching closer to my goal. There were days when my muscles ached, days when I wanted to quit, but I reminded myself of my goal, of the finish line that awaited me. I held on to that image and it fueled me. And then, one beautiful morning, I did it. I ran 26.2 miles without stopping. The sense of accomplishment was overwhelming. But more than that, it was the realization that I had the power to set a goal and see it through to completion. This experience was a turning point in my life. It taught me the importance of setting clear, specific goals and having the resilience to work towards them, no matter the obstacles. And so I began to apply this principle in other areas of my life. Career, relationships, personal growth. I started setting goals for everything. It wasn't always easy. There were setbacks, disappointments, but every time I stumbled, I got back up. Persistence, resilience, these became my mantras. And with every goal I achieved, my confidence grew. I was no longer that aimless young man. I had direction, purpose. I had control over my life. In essence, goal setting became my compass, guiding me towards the life I wanted. It gave me focus, motivation, a sense of achievement, and it can do the same for you. My journey is a testament to the power of goal setting, and trust me, it can change your life too. Now you might be thinking, how can I start setting my own goals? Don't fret, I have got you covered. The art of goal setting is not a mysterious craft reserved only for the super successful or the ultra disciplined. It's a practical and straightforward process that anyone can master, and here's how you do it. First, you need to identify what you want to achieve. This could be anything from learning a new skill to improving your health or even embarking on a career change. The important thing is that it's something meaningful to you. This is your why, your driving force that will keep you pushing forward. Once you have your why, the next step is to write it down. This might seem unnecessary, but trust me, it's crucial. Writing down your goals not only makes them tangible and real, but also serves as a constant reminder of what you're working towards. Next, make your goal specific and measurable. If your goal is to get fit, how will you know when you've achieved it? Instead, try something like, I want to be able to run 5 miles without stopping. This way, you'll know exactly when you've achieved your goal. Now, set a timeline. Having a deadline creates a sense of urgency, which can be a powerful motivator. It also provides a clear endpoint to work towards. But remember, the timeline should be realistic. Setting an impossible deadline will only lead to disappointment and demotivation. Finally, create an action plan. Break your goal down into manageable steps and figure out what you need to do each day, week, or month to get closer to your goal. Remember, every journey starts with a single step, and every step you take brings you one step closer to your goal. Goal setting isn't complex. It's a simple yet powerful process that can turn your dreams into realities. Embrace the art of goal setting, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. To make this journey smoother for you, I have some practical tips up my sleeve. Firstly, setting realistic yet challenging goals is essential. It's like aiming for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So don't be afraid to aim high, but also understand your limits. It's okay to push yourself, but not to the point where your goal becomes unattainable. Secondly, let's break down those large goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. Think of your goal as a puzzle. It might seem overwhelming at first, but once you start putting the pieces together, it becomes easier. Try to divide your goal into different stages. Each stage should be a mini goal that contributes to your overall objective. This way, you're not just looking at the big picture, but also focusing on the smaller tasks that make up that picture. Next, I recommend reviewing and adjusting your goals regularly. Life is unpredictable, my friends, and sometimes things don't go as planned. That's why it's crucial to review your goals from time to time and make adjustments if needed. This doesn't mean you're giving up. On the contrary, it shows you're adaptable and willing to navigate through any storm that comes your way. Also, remember to celebrate your small wins. Every time you achieve a mini goal, give yourself a pat on the back. These victories, no matter how small, bring you one step closer to your ultimate goal. They're proof that you're making progress, and that, my friends, is worth celebrating. Finally, never forget why you set these goals in the first place. Whenever you feel demotivated, remind yourself of the reason behind your goal. The why is your driving force, the fuel that keeps your engine running. So keep it close to your heart and let it guide you through your journey. Remember, the key to achieving your goals isn't in the grandeur of the goal, but in the consistency of your efforts. So stay consistent, keep pushing, and you'll surely reach your destination. So what's next in your goal-setting journey? It's time to turn the tables and look inward. It's time to start setting your own goals. A goal without a plan is just a wish. And we're done with wishful thinking, aren't we? Let's dive back into the essence of goal setting. Remember, being specific is the key. What do you want to achieve? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, or 10, or even 20? Be as clear and as specific as you can. Your goals should be well-defined, like a destination on a map, giving you a clear direction to head towards. But direction alone isn't enough. You need to set a timeline. When do you want to reach your destination? When do you want to achieve your goal? A timeline gives you a sense of urgency and helps you stay on track. It's like setting a deadline for a project. It keeps you motivated and focused, pushing you to take action. And then comes the most crucial part, consistency. A river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but its persistence. Your efforts need to be consistent. You can't expect to hit the gym once and wake up with a toned body the next day, can you? It takes time, patience, and consistent efforts. Remember, the journey towards your goal will have its ups and downs. There will be days when you'll feel like giving up. There will be days when you'll question your capabilities. But that's part and parcel of the journey. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Embrace them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. The road to success is always under construction, and your goals are the blueprint. So, start setting your goals today and see how they pave the way to your success. How do you start your day? Is it with a groan and a desperate need for caffeine? Or do you wake up feeling refreshed and excited for the day? Morning. It's that magical time when the world is still waking up. and the day is ripe with possibilities. But more importantly, it's the time that sets the tone for the rest of your day. That first hour after you open your eyes can be a powerful tool for shaping your day, your week, your life. Think about it. When you start your day on a positive note, it's like launching a ship with a favorable wind. You're setting yourself up for smooth sailing. You're preparing yourself to handle whatever the day throws at you. It's all about giving yourself that initial boost of energy, focus, and positivity. Now, what does a positive morning look like? It's not about waking up at the crack of dawn or running a marathon before breakfast. It's about creating a routine that works for you. A routine that nurtures your mind, body, and spirit. It could be as simple as a 5-minute meditation, a short walk, or a healthy breakfast. The key is to find something that makes you feel good, something that gets you excited about the day ahead. And the benefits? Well, they're pretty phenomenal. Studies have shown that a positive morning routine can increase productivity, enhance mood, and improve overall well-being. It can help you feel more in control, more focused, and more energized. It can also reduce stress, improve sleep, and boost self-esteem. But the most important thing? A positive morning routine can make you happier, because when you start your day with a smile, with a sense of purpose, with a moment of calm, you're not just setting the tone for your day, you're setting the tone for your life. A morning routine doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It just needs to be intentional. So, let's make our mornings matter. Let's harness the power of the dawn and use it to fuel our dreams, because the morning is not just the start of the day, it's the start of everything. Scene script. Every morning, I wake up at the same time. Consistency is key. Let's delve into the specifics of my morning routine. First things first, I make it a point to wake up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. Now, you might be wondering why. Well, it's all about training my body clock. When I wake up at the same time every day, my body naturally adjusts to this rhythm, making it much easier to rise and shine, even on those chilly mornings when all you want to do is snuggle under the covers. After gently pulling myself out of the land of dreams, the first thing I reach for is a glass of water. Not coffee, not tea, but plain, simple water. Hydration is incredibly important, especially after a long night's rest. It helps to kickstart my metabolism and replenishes any fluid loss that might have occurred during sleep. Plus, it's a great way to shake off that morning grogginess. Once I've rehydrated, I move on to the next part of my routine: exercise. It's not always a high-intensity workout. Sometimes it's just a peaceful walk or a simple stretch. The goal is to get my blood pumping and my energy levels up. Exercise in the morning can help to increase focus and productivity throughout the day. It's like a natural cup of coffee, but without the caffeine jitters. After working up a bit of a sweat, I take a few moments to meditate. Now, meditation might sound a bit daunting if you've never tried it, but it's really just about finding a moment of calm amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life. It's a chance for me to clear my mind, focus on my breathing, and set my intentions for the day. It's a stress reliever and a focus booster all wrapped into one. By this point, I've worked up quite the appetite, so it's time for a healthy breakfast. I believe in fueling my body with the right nutrients to get me through the day. A typical breakfast for me usually includes a balance of proteins, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. It might be a bowl of oatmeal topped with fruits and nuts, or a delicious smoothie packed with greens. It's all about giving my body what it needs to perform at its best. This routine might not be for everyone, but it works for me. The key is to find what works for you. Whether that's a morning run or a quiet cup of tea, the goal is to start each day on a positive note, setting the tone for the rest of your day. And remember, consistency is key. A routine is only as good as your dedication to it. So find your rhythm, stick to it, and watch as your mornings transform into a launch pad for a successful day. Creating your own morning routine is about understanding your needs and goals. It's about carving out a space of time just for you, a time that sets the tone for the rest of your day. Sounds empowering, doesn't it? That's because it is. Let's get into how you can create a routine that works for you. First off, remember that your morning routine is personal. It's not about copying someone else's routine verbatim, but about understanding what helps you start your day off right. Maybe you're a fitness enthusiast who loves to kickstart the day with a good sweat session. Or perhaps you're a creative soul who finds peace in the quiet hours of the morning to draw, write, or play music. You might even be a busy bee who needs to get a head start on the day's work. Whatever your needs and goals are, They should be the foundation of your morning routine. Now, to create your routine, start by listing down all the things you'd like to do in the morning. It could be reading, meditating, exercising, or even just enjoying a cup of coffee in peace. Don't worry about the order or the feasibility of it all just yet. This is your time to dream and brainstorm. Once you've got your list, it's time to get realistic. Look at your morning and how much time you actually have. You might want to do a 2-hour workout, but if you only have 30 minutes, you'll need to adjust. This is where you start to prioritize. What are the non-negotiables? What can you live without? And most importantly, what will make you feel good? Now here comes the fun part, putting it all together. Start by plugging in the non-negotiables, the things that you absolutely must do. Then fill in the remaining time with the activities that you would like to do. Remember, this is a process of trial and error. You might find that something doesn't work as well as you thought it would, and that's okay. Don't be afraid to make changes and adjustments as you go along. One more thing to keep in mind, start small. It's easy to get excited and want to incorporate everything at once, but that can be overwhelming. Start with 1 or 2 things and gradually add more as you get comfortable. And finally, be flexible. Life happens, and there will be days when your routine goes out the window. That's okay, don't beat yourself up over it. The key is consistency, not perfection. The more you stick to your routine, the more it will become a natural part of your day. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but progress. Your morning routine is a tool to help you start your day on a positive note, to give you a sense of control and purpose. So, take the time to create a routine that serves you, one that aligns with your needs and goals, and most importantly, one that makes you feel good. After all, mornings are a fresh start, a new beginning. Make them count. So, we've talked about the power of mornings, my personal routine, and how to create your own. Let's take a moment to circle back and refresh our memories on the key takeaways from our discussion. We started off by acknowledging the profound impact that mornings can have on our day. We stressed the importance of starting the day on a positive note. By doing so, we set the tone for the rest of the day, and this can make all the difference. We then moved on to the nitty-gritty of my morning routine. I shared how each component, from the moment I open my eyes to the last sip of my morning coffee, contributes to my productivity, mood, and overall well-being. I hope that by sharing my routine, I've given you some insights into the potential benefits of a morning routine. But remember, it's not about copying someone else's routine. It's about creating a morning routine that is tailored to your needs, your goals, and your lifestyle. That's why we dove into how to create your own morning routine in the third part of our discussion. I encouraged you to experiment, to try different things, and to listen to your body and mind. What works for me might not work for you, and that's perfectly okay. The most important thing is that you start. Start small, start simple. Maybe it's just waking up 5 minutes earlier, maybe it's incorporating a quick stretch or a moment of gratitude into your morning. Whatever it is, give it a try. Experiment, adjust, and find what makes your morning a powerful launch pad for your day. Now, remember, none of this happens overnight. It takes time to establish a routine, and it takes discipline to stick to it. But believe me, it's worth it. You're worth it. Start tomorrow morning. Make your mornings work for you, not against you. Here's to better mornings and better days ahead. Ever felt overwhelmed by the ticking clock and the never-ending to-do list? It's a feeling many of us know all too well. Time, our most precious resource, often seems to slip through our fingers, leaving us stressed, unproductive, and feeling as if we're always playing catch-up. For some, the challenge lies in prioritizing tasks, in discerning the urgent from the important. For others, it's about finding the right balance between work and personal life, or juggling multiple projects simultaneously. And let's not forget about those unexpected interruptions that can throw your entire day off balance. The stress and anxiety that accompany poor time management can take a toll, not just on our productivity, but on our overall well-being too. It's a struggle that can make us question our abilities and sap our motivation. But what if I told you there are ways to turn this around? Ways to master your time and maximize your productivity? Let's embark on this journey together, shall we? The first step in conquering time is learning to prioritize. When it comes to managing our time, we often find ourselves in a constant battle with the clock, trying to squeeze in as many tasks as we can. But the secret to effective time management is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. This is where the principle of prioritization comes into play. Picture your to-do list as a basket and your tasks as rocks. You can't possibly fit all the rocks into the basket at once. But if you prioritize placing the larger rocks, or your most important tasks first, you'll find that the smaller rocks can fit around them. Prioritization is about identifying these larger rocks, the tasks that yield the most significant benefits. Now, you might wonder, how do we differentiate between what's urgent and what's important? Well, here's where the Eisenhower matrix comes into the picture. Named after the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower, this matrix is a simple 4-quadrant box that helps you decide on and prioritize tasks by urgency and importance, sorting out less urgent and important tasks which you should either delegate or not do at all. The Eisenhower matrix breaks down tasks into 4 categories: important and urgent, important but not urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. By categorizing tasks in this way, you're able to focus on what truly matters and avoid the trap of busy work. For instance, a task that is important and urgent could be a project deadline, while a task that is important but not urgent could be your personal fitness. On the other hand, a task that is not important but urgent could be responding to emails, and a task that is not important and not urgent could be watching television. By differentiating between your tasks in this manner, you're not just managing your time, you're mastering it. You're allowing yourself to focus on tasks that drive the most value, while also ensuring that you don't burn out in the process. Remember, not all tasks are created equal. Prioritize and half your work is done. Now that you know what tasks to focus on, let's figure out when to do them. There's a certain art to scheduling, a dance between the clock and your to-do list. It's about more than just jotting down tasks on a calendar. It's about giving your day a structure, a rhythm that keeps you moving forward and ensures each task gets the attention it deserves. Imagine your day as a blank canvas. How you fill that canvas can make the difference between a chaotic scribble and a harmonious masterpiece. The paintbrush, that's your schedule. And like any artist, you need to wield it with purpose and intention. First, consider the nature of your tasks. Are they more analytical, requiring deep focus? Or are they more creative, thriving on spontaneity? The former might be best tackled in the morning, when your mind is fresh, while the latter could be reserved for the afternoon or evening, when you're more relaxed. Then, take into account the duration of tasks. Longer tasks might be broken down into smaller, more manageable parts. An hour here, an hour there, can make a daunting project feel much less overwhelming. And remember, flexibility is key. A rigid schedule can leave you feeling trapped, so allow for some wiggle room. Things don't always go as planned, and that's okay. Your schedule should serve you, not the other way around. Here's an anecdote from my own life. I used to struggle with balancing my writing projects with my day job. I'd often end up burned out with little to show for my efforts. Then I started scheduling. I allocated specific time slots for writing, ensuring I had a clear start and end time. And guess what? My productivity soared and my stress levels plummeted. So think of scheduling as your personal symphony conductor. It orchestrates your tasks, setting the tempo for your day and ensuring each note is played at the right time. It helps you make the most of your hours, turning time from a relentless foe into a trusted ally. A well-planned schedule is like a roadmap leading you to your productivity goals. So pick up that paintbrush and start crafting your masterpiece. Ever thought taking a break could actually increase your productivity? It might seem counterintuitive, but breaks are a crucial part of maintaining high productivity levels. We often fall into the trap of thinking that working non-stop is the key to getting things done. However, our brains are not designed to focus intensely for long periods. Just like a sprinter can't maintain their top speed for a marathon, our productivity declines if we try to work without taking breaks. You see, our brain operates in waves of high and low energy. These are natural cycles that we can harness to our advantage. The trick is to align our work periods with high energy cycles and take breaks during low energy cycles. This way we can maintain a steady level of productivity throughout the day. One technique that leverages this concept is the Pomodoro Technique. Named after the Italian word for tomato, it's a time management method that encourages you to work in short, focused bursts. Here's how it works. You set a timer for 25 minutes and dedicate that time to uninterrupted work. Once the timer rings, take a 5-minute break. This is one Pomodoro. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. The beauty of the Pomodoro technique is that it respects your brain's natural energy cycles. The short, focused work periods align with your high-energy cycles, while the breaks coincide with your low-energy cycles. By integrating breaks into your work schedule, you're not just resting, you're actively boosting your productivity. So the next time you're tempted to push through fatigue and keep working, remember this: taking breaks isn't slacking off. It's giving your brain the rest it needs to recharge and maintain high productivity levels. In the grand scheme of things, managing your energy is just as important as managing your time. So don't be afraid to take breaks. Use them as a tool to keep your productivity levels high and your mind sharp. Remember, a break is not a waste of time. It's a tool to keep your productivity levels high. In this digital age, why not let technology lend a hand in managing our time? Imagine having a personal assistant that's available 24/7, helping you to manage your daily tasks, remind you of important deadlines, and even track the time you spend on each activity. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not. In fact, it's as real as the device you're using right now to watch this video. We live in an era where an abundance of digital tools are at our disposal, designed specifically to streamline our lives and make time management a breeze. These tools come in various forms, from mobile apps to desktop software, and they each bring something unique to the table. Let's start with scheduling tools. These digital aids, like Google Calendar or Microsoft Outlook, allow us to plan our days, weeks, and even months in advance. You can set up meetings, block out time for focused work, and even pencil in your downtime. They send you reminders so you never miss a beat and help you visualize your day, ensuring you're aware of your commitments. Next, we have task management tools. Think about apps like Trello or Asana. These platforms let you break down your projects into manageable tasks, assign them to different days, and track your progress. They are like a digital to-do list on steroids, keeping you on top of your workload and ensuring nothing slips through the cracks. And then there are time tracking tools. Ever wonder where your day went? Apps like Rescue Time and Toggle track the time you spend on different tasks and provide detailed reports. This insight helps you understand where your time goes, allowing you to make informed decisions about your workflow and eliminate time-wasting activities. In conclusion, digital time management tools are like having a personal assistant in your pocket. They help you organize, prioritize, and optimize your time, ensuring you're not just busy, but productive. So why not explore what's out there? Embrace technology and let it help you navigate your way to productivity. Mastering time management might seem daunting, but with the right techniques, it's within your grasp. Let's quickly revisit what we've discussed today. We've talked about the power of prioritization, how it helps us focus on what truly matters and lets us shed the excess. We've delved into the art of scheduling, a system that brings order to our often chaotic days. We've explored the magic of breaks, those much-needed pauses that refresh our minds and renew our energy. And finally, we've highlighted the benefit of time management tools, digital allies that provide structure and support to our daily routines. But remember, these techniques don't work overnight. They require consistent practice and a willingness to adapt. They are tools, and like any tool, they are only as effective as the person wielding them. Remember, the key to effective time management is not to work harder, but to work smarter. And now, you have the tools to do just that. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to be naturally motivated while others struggle to get started? It's a question that has puzzled many, but the answer could very well lie in 2 simple words: growth mindset. The term growth mindset was coined by psychologist Carol Dweck. It's the belief that our abilities, our intelligence, our skills are not fixed. They're not set in stone the moment we're born. Instead, they're malleable, capable of growth and development through effort, learning, and persistence. It's the belief that we're always capable of learning more, of doing more, and of being more. Now, contrast this with a fixed mindset, which holds the belief that our abilities are predetermined, unchangeable, locked in place. In this perspective, you're either born with it or you're not. You're either good at something or you're not. There's no room for improvement, no space for growth. But let's circle back to our question about motivation. You see, when you believe in your ability to grow and improve, it fuels your motivation like nothing else. It provides a sense of resilience and inner strength that helps you face challenges head on. It fosters perseverance, the will to keep going even when things get tough. And most importantly, it kindles a desire for learning, a thirst for knowledge that keeps you moving forward. A growth mindset is like a compass, guiding you towards opportunities for self-improvement. It's like a spark, igniting the flame of motivation. It's like a seed, sprouting into a tree of knowledge and wisdom. So it is clear, a growth mindset is not just a buzzword, it's a game changer. But how did I come to this realization? Let's delve into my personal journey. My journey to embracing a growth mindset wasn't overnight. It was a process, a transformation that completely changed my perspective. Let me take you back a few years. I was stuck in what you'd call a fixed mindset. I believed that my abilities, my intelligence, my skills were all set in stone. I thought that no matter what I did, I couldn't change who I was or what I was capable of. This mindset, as you can imagine, was a roadblock. It hindered my progress, both personally and professionally. I found myself stuck in a rut, unable to move forward. I was scared of challenges, scared of failure. Every setback seemed like a confirmation of what I believed about myself, that I was not good enough, that I was not capable enough. I was in a constant battle with myself, and it was exhausting. But then something happened, a spark, a turning point. It was an article I read about the concept of a growth mindset. It was an eye-opener. The idea that our abilities and intelligence could grow with effort and persistence was a revelation. I realized that my fixed mindset was not a life sentence. I could change it, I could grow. And so I embarked on my journey to develop a growth mindset. It wasn't easy. It required conscious effort, a lot of self-reflection, and a willingness to step out of my comfort zone. I had to challenge my beliefs, confront my fears, and embrace failure as a stepping stone towards growth. Every setback was no longer a confirmation of my limitations, but an opportunity to learn and improve. Every challenge was no longer a threat, but a chance to stretch my abilities. And slowly but surely, I noticed a change. I was more open to new experiences, more resilient in the face of adversity. I was more motivated, more driven. This shift in mindset didn't just affect me on a personal level, it also had a profound impact on my professional life. I started taking on more challenging projects, started pushing my boundaries. I was no longer content with just getting by. I wanted to grow, to excel. And this drive, this motivation, it came from my growth mindset. Looking back, I realized that my journey to a growth mindset was not just about changing my beliefs. It was about changing my approach to life, my approach to challenges, to failure, to learning. It was about embracing the idea that I could grow, that I could improve, that I had the potential to be more. The journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. The growth mindset has been a key driver of my motivation. But how can you cultivate this mindset? Let's explore. Scene script. Cultivating a growth mindset is not about overnight transformation. It's about gradual, consistent changes in your thought process. Embarking on this journey requires a shift in perspective. So how do we transition from a fixed to a growth mindset? Here are some practical tips. First, embrace challenges. They are not dead ends, but detours to a better version of yourself. When you encounter a challenge, don't view it as an insurmountable obstacle. Instead, recognize it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This shift in perspective can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. Next, persist in the face of setbacks. Setbacks are inevitable on the road to success, but they can also be a powerful learning tool. When you stumble, don't let it discourage you. Instead, use it as a stepping stone. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This approach will help you bounce back stronger than before. Thirdly, understand that effort is the path to mastery. Nothing worth having comes easy, and mastering a skill is no exception. Embrace the grind. The more effort you put in, the more proficient you become. Remember, there are no shortcuts to success. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Next, learn from criticism. It's easy to take criticism personally, but when you see it as a tool for growth rather than an attack, it becomes a valuable source of insight. Welcome feedback, analyze it, and use it to improve. This way, criticism becomes a gift, not a curse. Finally, find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. It's easy to feel envious or threatened by the success of others. But when you shift your mindset, their success becomes a source of inspiration. Look at their journeys, their struggles, and victories. Learn from them. Rather than seeing others' success as a threat, see it as evidence that success is possible. Cultivating a growth mindset is like planting a seed. It takes time, patience, and care. But once it takes root, it can transform your life. It can empower you to take on challenges with enthusiasm, persist in the face of setbacks, understand that effort leads to mastery, learn from criticism, and find inspiration in others' success. And the best part? The more you cultivate this mindset, the more it grows. It's a virtuous cycle of growth and improvement. And as you grow, so does your motivation. Remember, the journey to a growth mindset is a continuous process. But once you embark on it, you'll find your motivation reaching new heights. The growth mindset is not just about believing in your potential. It's about using that belief to fuel your motivation. As we journey through life, we encounter challenges, obstacles, and opportunities. How we perceive and react to these experiences shapes our mindset and ultimately our motivation. A growth mindset, as we've discussed, is the belief that our abilities can be developed through dedication, effort, and resilience. It's the understanding that failure is not a dead end, but a stepping stone to learning and progress. While a fixed mindset may cause us to shy away from challenges, seeing them as threats to our perceived competence, a growth mindset encourages us to embrace these hurdles as opportunities for growth. This perspective fuels our motivation, driving us to persist in the face of adversity, to keep pushing when the going gets tough, and to never stop learning. The beauty of a growth mindset lies in its capacity to increase our resilience. When we understand that setbacks are part of the process, we are less likely to be derailed by them. Instead, we use these experiences to strengthen our resolve and to fuel our motivation to succeed. Moreover, a growth mindset fosters a relentless desire for learning. It motivates us to continually seek new knowledge and skills, to question, to explore, and to innovate. This thirst for learning is a powerful motivator, propelling us towards personal and professional success. Nurturing a growth mindset is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. It requires conscious effort, constant self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth. It's about embracing change, facing challenges head-on, and viewing failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone towards success. In conclusion, the growth mindset is a powerful tool that can significantly influence our motivation. It encourages us to see challenges as opportunities, to persist in the face of adversity, and to continually seek learning and growth. It's about believing in our potential and using that belief to fuel our motivation. Embrace the growth mindset and let it be the fuel that drives your motivation. Remember, the only limit to your growth and success is the one you set for yourself.